If your top end still looks like this, then now is the right time for an upgrade. Today I'm going to show you how you can transform a tabular version of a top N to a KPI lookalike card. This way you can transform the way you show your data and make it a lot easier to digest. So let's not waste any time and move to Power BI Desktop. You see, on this original report we have this visual right here that gives us the top 5 customers with the sales for the current year and the sales for the previous year. In the updated version of the same report, I reserved myself this space to show the top 3 customers. But before we move on, I need to show you the measures that I've used. This is a measure that will rank all the companies by the total sales for the current year, and then it will order them by the same sales over the current year in a descending order. By using this measure, we can calculate which company ranks first. So here's how the measure looks like. First, I create a table based on the ranking we've previously calculated. Then, the condition for filtering is to be rank number 1. And of course, we are filtering the dimension company table. For the company on the second place, all we need to change is the ranking number to be 2, and the same for the company that is on the number 3 spot. Again, we change the ranking number to 3. You will see that before the company name that is returned by this bit of the measure, I have added number 1 and a return space, which means on the first line we should have number 1 and on the second line we should have the company name. Next, I've created 2 more measures. One that returns the sales for the company on the top spot for the current year, and again we filtered the same table in the same way that we did before, and we calculate the total sales for the current year. Second measure is exactly the same, just that we calculate the sales for the previous year. Of course, repeat that for the company on the second place and for the company on the third place. So let's head over to our report and build this visual. We will start from the new card. We'll add it here. Now let's try to add these 3 measures that we've just created. Let's go to formatting, layout, single row, cards, maximum card 1. Overflow, we'll go for paginated. Next, let's move to callout values. Let's change the font to GUI bold, size 20, and turn on the text wrap. Next, let's center it, turn off the label, and there you have it. But since we already have a background for this report, we won't need any background for this particular visual. So let's turn it off. And again, we will move to cards, turn the background off, turn the border off, and now we see that the black text doesn't create a very good contrast. So let's head back to the callout values and change the font color. I will go with this light blue, much better. For now, it only shows us the name, but we want to show the sales for the current year and the previous year as well. So we will use the reference labels and the measures that we've created before. So select the visual, go to reference labels, select series 1, and add sales for the current year and sales for the previous year. Now we need to start formatting the reference labels. First of all, we'll select the sales for the current year. In the title, instead of field name, we will choose custom and we will change it to sales current year. We will change the color to a light gray because we will remove this background from the visual. The font will have the same size, we will have it in bold. Let's move to the next one. Select the sales for the previous year and we will repeat the exact same steps. Custom name, sales, previous year. Turn the font bold, change the color to that same light gray. Now for the value, we want to use a different font, and on this occasion I'll choose Verdana. I will make it size 13, make it bold. I'll change the color to white on this occasion. Then go back to the sales for the current year. Value 13, banana, white and bulk. Now I said earlier we will remove this background. So what you need to do, in the selected label select all and turn off the background. And since we're here, we'll play with the divider as well. Instead of black we will choose white and we will say don't ignore padding. That will keep it inside of the card. Now the last thing that we want to do is center all these reference labels in the middle of the card. So we will select all series, go to layout, horizontal alignment, center. Now by adding those reference labels, you see that the company name is no longer visible. So we need to expand this area a bit. Let's close the reference labels, move to callout values and open layout. In layout, instead of the 50% callout size, we will make it 60. Let's see if it works. Okay, it's a bit bigger, but it didn't help very much. Let's try to reduce the size of the font. Looks like 17, maybe even 18 works just fine. See, it already looks good. Now all we have to do is repeat the exact same steps for the company on the second place and for the company on the third place. Let me do that and I'll be with you in just a second. And just like that, we've changed this boring visual with this exciting one. This is a lot easier to digest than a table. Plus it has all the information that we want. And more than that, the information is dynamic. It changes from year to year. But this is not the only visual that will make your report stand out. There are still others, just like this one, that shows if you've hit or not the target. And if you want to see 4 variations in which you can show if you've hit or not the target, then this video right here is the exact video that you need to watch next. If you enjoyed the video, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, even drop a comment. This is Telian, signing off. Until next time, cheerio!